McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Howard, and it's Hezonja in at the 3 slot. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway, and it's Doncic in at the small forward position. Now here's Howard. And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Now Hardaway, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Hardaway finds Powell. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Doncic. The baseline jumper goes down.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Stolen by Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 3-pointer Lillard. Again the miss by the Trailblazers. Now the pass to Hardaway. Porzingis inside. He's guarded by Howard. The shot's good.
And to me, this is what KP has got to do. Porzingis has the size and length to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Pass to Howard to stop the run. And Howard with the stuff.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
That's about communication between teammates. Dwight Howard, high flying as ever.
Powell, the pass to Doncic. Out to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at Dallas. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Trailblazers, a couple spots below.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Oh, no question. And we're deep enough into the season to know, hey, this hasn't happened by accident. They are genuine contenders here.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Here's McCollum. Porzingis with the rebound. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets in Houston.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, Greg, you cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
The numbers for Luka Doncic absolutely staggering. The only rookie ever to average over 20 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists.
Mavericks making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Pau Gasol is checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Dwight Howard. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Hezonja. And Hood subbed in for McCollum. Mavericks leading by 7. And such impressive poise and confidence for Luka Doncic, Doris. He's unfazed by the NBA.
I think it makes sense, Kevin, when you consider this young man has been playing as a pro and against men since the age of 16. And by 17, he was tearing up the EuroLeague. This guy was ready to make the leap.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Lillard, played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
Finney Smith kicks to lead. Here's Porzingis. No good on the shot. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Pass to Collins. Now Bazemore lets it go with a three. They grab their own miss. Gasol finds Collins. Portland shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. He misses the free throw. That one misses. Mavericks leading by 9. Lee in the posts. By Hood. No good from Lee. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first.
I think we know this about Rodney Hood, Kev. He will play hard on both ends of the floor, and he's a lethal shooter from range. Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
A nice shot by Barea.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Lillard outside. 4 seconds left. He squares up and sinks it. Lillard's got his second bucket.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing the NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel since
the game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
DeJuan Wright is out there with Seth Curry, and it's Kleber in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players. They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
And Curry the bucket on the assist from Jackson. Curry's got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
I think he's adding more toughness to his game, and it's great to see Seth Curry stick with it and finish strong.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Wright. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Mavericks leading by 11. And the rejection by Collins. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Doncic is subbed in for Wright. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Gasol. Howard comes in for Zach Collins. Kazanya, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Fades and shoots. Howard with the stuff.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there. Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Curry. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Ring shot on the way. Not going to go that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Hood against Hardaway. Here's Howard. Makes it off the glass. Howard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, tremendous touch right there. Dwight Howard being aggressive and wanting to dominate inside.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. McCollum finds Nurkic. Shoots over Powell. The jump hook, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 11 points, and the basket from Nurkic.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jackson. Lee's checked in for Hardaway. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McCollum against Lee. 16 feet away. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
He gets that one.
That's J.J. Barea has the ball on a string. Listen, we know he's got a diminutive size, but his movements on the dribble, that's a big man's game.
Lobbed up there for Howard. Out to Hood. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. Out guarded by Porzingis. Lee with the steal. The finish. And Lee with the stuff.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now McCollum over Lee. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
A tough-nosed defender, right? Lee is so physical and up to the challenge.
And so it's Dallas with a 19-point advantage heading in.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points and 4 rebounds. He is... And that's...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through two quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hazonia out there with Howard. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. It's Hazonia in the corner. Sinks the triple. Hazonia's got his first 3 points of the game.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Brunson, good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
What a college career for Jalen Brunson. 2 championships and a Wooden Award. This is one of the most decorated players in college basketball history.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And he banks in the layup. Brunson's got 8 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And so here's Portland. And Brunson, the College Player of the Year back in 2018, fell to the second round. Doris, when you look at that time, why did he fall?
I think it had everything to do with the fact that he's not an elite athlete by NBA standards. But we know unequivocally Jalen Brunson is a winner. His father played a decade in the NBA. This young man has been around the game since his formative years, and you can see it in his game.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy's scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Ryan Brokoff comes in for Luka Doncic. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's DeLon Wright in for Jalen Brunson. And then for the Trailblazers, Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Mario Hazonia.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Bazemore for 3. That shot off. And it's Dallas the other way. And right, here we go. That one goes in. He's got 9.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Lillard against Porzingis. Bazemore, no one around him. No good, unable to end this run. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person, even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization, and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Lillard outside. It's McCollum on the wing. He has 5. Good on the triple. McCollum's got 8 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Curry passes to Porzingis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Jackson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Ryan Brokoff. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And Barea subbed in for DeLon Wright. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hood's checked in. Here's Lillard. Here's Collins. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
That's a 2 from Lillard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
So good at attacking the defense. At 7'3" and incredibly mobile, Kristaps Porzingis draws the contact.
Howard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Hezonja comes in for Kent Bazemore. Portland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Howard kicks to Lillard. Pass to Hezonja. Clock at 6. Here's Nurkic. That shot, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Mavericks ahead, delivering the blowout. And we'll get going at... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas, Lee out there with J.J. Barea. And there's Porzingis, and there's Jackson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
What you love is how complete a player Kristaps Porzingis is. There is a variety of ways with which he can score it.
And the pass to Little. Here's Trent, guarded by Jackson. Here's Simons. Offline with his 3. Maverick shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And it's in there. That's 23 points for Porzingis.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Here's Trent. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Little passes to Howard. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
This is a lethal combination of size and skill. Dwight Howard doing work.
Barea finds Lee. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Left side, Porzingis. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Passes to Little. Here's Trent. Takes a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Trent's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Porzingis. It's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Simons surveying the D. Now here's Little. He's tightly guarded. Outside Jackson. Count the basket.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Here's Simons, guarded by Barea. Little gets the bucket.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Trent. No good from outside. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Porzingis can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Simons, the pass to Tolliver. Here's Simons, guarded by Barea.
You know, even as Dwight Howard heads for his mid-30s, I believe he can still impact the game. This guy is a physical specimen. He can be a tremendous force as a shot blocker and a rebounder.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Ryan Brokoff comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway's checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Wright in for J.J. Barea.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Porzingis.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. A nice shot by Brokoff.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Simons. That's tipped.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock, and that one's good. Right.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now, here's Howard. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great